Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, JT Open Stuff. Today, guys, we are going to be opening up something really cool I found at a local Target, and that is these LOL Illumination Minions. Now, this is really, really cool. If you've been watching the channel, if you're subscribed to the channel, you may have seen I just did an LOL Care Bear crossover. So to see all of these LOL crossovers is really, really cool. And this one looks like it has some really neat things that you could open. So we're going to open up 2 of these today. We're going to find out what's inside. We're going to see what we think about it. And then hopefully you guys will be able to find them at your local Target as well. So on the outside here, you can see it's very interesting. It's got the little surprises that you can find inside. And now what's interesting about this, and I could be wrong, but what it looked like on the box is that you could open a Minion or an LOL doll. Now, maybe it was just a costume for the LOL doll, but it looked like there were Minions that you could open as well. You could also open basically like little costumes like this. So lots of stuff in here that you could potentially pull. The little containers are absolutely adorable as well. Kind of interesting. Looks like they've got little plastic nubbies here, and maybe that's the way we open it. I'm not really sure. Looks like it would be hinged right here. So one way or the other, we're going to get into this thing and find out what is going on. So without any further ado, let's go ahead. And since we know there's some little plastic nubbies, let's see what happens when we cut those first. So we'll go there and here. And as always, we always want to cut away from ourselves. So that is done now. Let's see, does it give us any sort of indication as to how to open this up? Not really, so, let's see, did that help? Oh, yep, that actually helped a lot. So we're gonna pop this open. Hopefully we don't give anything away right off the bat, but let's see. Yeah, it is hinged, looks like back there. So it just kind of comes out like this. As you can see inside there, there's a little package here. And then all those little nubs did fall right down in the inside, or they're just hung on the outside. But you can see that it's really kind of an interesting thing there. We'll put that right over there. We'll get the little instruction book out. So yeah, this was the, let's get the one for the little tag off here as well. Okay, well, that didn't work the way I thought it would. Let's go ahead and clip this one so we can have that. Now, our little, there you go. You get a little closer, can look at that container without any tag or anything. Really, really cute. If you're a fan of Minions, this will look great in your collection just by itself. All right, we'll put that right back there. Kind of move these little nubs over out of the way, just in case we don't want to get those mixed up with anything else. And then let's take a look at this little pamphlet that we got here with it. It might give away who we got, I'm not sure, but these are some of the different ones you can pull. And oh, they are outfits. I thought it was actual Minions, but that is hilarious. They are just little outfits. That is really, really cool. Fashion Minionista, Aloha QT, Sporty Girl, Savvy BB, Agnes BB, and Royal QT. So you do get an Agnes potentially, but let's see, ultra rare is that Agnes BB right there. So we'll see if we can find that one. And there's the little poster that you typically get. So those are absolutely hilarious looking. All right, let's get on into it and see who we got right off the bat. I think it might be the Savvy BB, and look at that, guys. It actually is. Now, what's interesting about this is it looks like the doll is already inside of the costume, but then you'll just have to unwrap her again. So that's kind of different, but that just kind of popped out in the back there. But there you go. You get that kind of crazy looking suit that will go over the top. That's interesting. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 little containers. Let's start with this one. This was the first one we got out, so let's see what was in there. That is really funny. I was really thinking that it would be cool if there were little minions potentially that were in there, but the fact that it's just the costume is just as cool. Oh, cool. Like a little headband almost there. So that's really neat. And let's see. Okay, her little costume there. Her little outfit, I should say. I love the way they always have these little plastic things in them. That is hilarious. And you know what? Let's see what this is right here. Oops. Her shoes. Okay. And then this one is a little oil can there. And then, of course, last but not least, that little Savvy BB. Now that is hilarious looking. Just got that little hole right there, so I'm assuming, no, that does not look like it would fit. Nothing to really go in her mouth there. I thought that that was maybe like something that she could sip on or whatever, but looks like that's like something you could, like a spoon in the top of a mug. So let's see if it gives a little more information on here. Look, so she could just wear that right over the top if she wanted to. That's pretty funny. Long story short, looks like a fairly basic LOL once we get it out. Now, this one does have kind of overall, so you have to kind of slide her into her pants, where sometimes the pants are just kind of like a separate thing. This one, you have to kind of slide onto her there. And it's not that difficult of a thing to do, but these do look like they're kind of getting bent just a little bit, so you just kind of have to adjust them as you're going so that they go back up and over the outsides. All right. It's always difficult with these. You don't want to push too hard. You don't want to break anything or mess anything up, but sometimes the little rubber clothes on these are a little difficult to get on up on the doll. See what we can do there. Let's put her arm down there. Now that should go all the way up and around her neck, and the little pants are meant to kind of go even further up on her leg. So try to carefully do this without breaking her head off or something like that. Slowly but surely, we're getting them a little further up there. There we go. That, I think, is more what it's supposed to look like. And then this little part would go right up there like that and like that. All right. That's more like it. Then it shows on there you can also do this if you'd like, and just have her wear like a little Minions goggle. I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of weird, but kind of funny, I guess, in some ways. Let's get her little shoes on here. All right. Articulation of the head there, the arms as you saw, and not really anything for the legs, not much at all. No, nothing. All right, so let's see. Now, she can kind of put this over her hand like this if you wanted to. So if you wanted to display her just like this, you absolutely could. But we are going to put her in her little costume here. Which is really funny. She can just barely. Now I wonder if she will, I don't think there's enough room to go in there with her little goggle on, but so it is kind of loose fitting, but it's just meant to be kind of like a funny little thing here. And then, so the typically where you would have those on the outside where they could stand, it's not on these. Let's see, curious about something here. Oh yeah, there you go. It is on the inside, so you can kind of put the doll right. Well, let's see. A little difficult to get it in there. Okay, now it's in there. And she just popped back out that easily. So she can kind of fit just like that, and then that can close up around her, which is interesting. So if you wanted to display her with this little costume outside, you'd probably have to find another LOL thing to display her on, like a little outside container. But there you go, guys. Pretty funny. And then let's see, that will absolutely close up around her just like that. So that is good stuff. Now this Savvy BB was one of the rares, so kind of cool, a nice find. But let's see if we can get that Agnes in this guy. All right, let's go ahead and clip this off first this time. Really, again, kind of cool that they've been doing all of these little crossovers with LOL. And I do have one other LOL crossover video coming in. I think you guys that were big cartoon fans in the 90s and 2000s are really going to enjoy this one. That's what I'll say about it right now, but check that out, guys. All right, and let's see. It's kind of hard. You kind of get to see, you can see already that it's a minion. And then all the other stuff just kind of comes pouring out of there. But let's see what we got here. So 1, 2. Oh, there you go. That is pretty cool. It's the Aloha QT. And then the doll, her shoes, and her outfit here. Such a cute little outfit there. Again, it's kind of like, oh, I didn't even notice that on the first one. I wonder if that was on there and I just missed that. If I did, I totally apologize for not seeing that and pointing it out. Those shoes out. And let's see, what's the accessory going to be? Oh, a little hula necklace, a little lei, if you will, there. And another little set of goggles, so pretty funny. And let's see here. There we go. She is kind of funny looking there, and just right off the, that's hilarious. Now, I do like that her eyes actually fit through the lenses there, so you can see it. That is adorable. So the single eye look of the Savvy BB, I definitely like this one a lot better, that the eyes kind of come right through there. And this is kind of what made me think that there must have been minions in it, but how adorable. All right, let's take that off. Let's go ahead and get her outfit on her now that I know that this kind of goes like that. You know what? There is articulation to the legs also, guys. And those of you that are huge LOL fans are probably asking me, like, what the heck are you talking about when I said there was no articulation on the last one? But let's see. I don't know if that's going to be any easier to try to fit them on like that. These overalls are a little bit of a perplexing thing, but maybe we can just spread that out just like that. Kind of get that in there. We'll figure it out one way or the other, guys. We will get this on here. All right, let's see. Let's pull that around there. Get that strap straight there. And I think that is pretty good. Now she has some hips on her, so the clothes don't completely come together on the back. But that is about as good as I'm going to get it on there, I think. It looks like it could be maybe just a tiny bit higher, but even so, there's still a little bit of a gap back there when the clothes are on, but that's okay. Probably not going to display it like that anyway. Let's go ahead and get these shoes and tube socks on. Now that makes me think that it can go even a little bit higher because these tube socks are kind of bunching there against the... But even those, look at that, kind of splits open on the back there. Interesting. Because I definitely cannot get those overalls to fit any higher up. So a very fun look there. As you can see, all the clothes are open on the back. Let's see what she would look like if we just gave her little goggles here. Ooh, not like that. Not like that. With her braid there, I might just have to undo this really quickly and then redo it on the back of her head there. Oh, look at that. That is weird. This is not really reaching super easily. I mean, she's got a squishy head, so we might be able to lock it into place, but okay, let's see. All right, there you go. That is pretty funny. And then she also has these little slots right there behind her ear where these little things look like they would be able to fit. Or are they supposed to go like this? I bet it's supposed to be a headband. I said necklace, but it is actually, looking at the slots there, I think supposed to be a headband. Now again, her head is a little bit larger. Maybe it's just because she has a headband on there. Let's try taking that back off. Let's see if we can make this fit on there now. Maybe just needs to fit a little bit behind. May not go completely on top of her head, but there you go. That's really cute. And then, of course, she can go back into the outfit, but with that headband on, she doesn't look through the actual eye holes. So we're going to do that where she can see you right out of there. Well, guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's go ahead and put her back in her little storage container here. I really enjoyed opening these up with you guys. We got to learn a little bit about what was inside. I was a little bit surprised myself, but look how adorable that is. So if you love Minions and you love LOL, you're gonna want to go out to your local Target and pick some of these up. I really appreciate you watching today's video. Have a good one, and I'll see you on the next great toy opening video.